Hello, everyone. This is Raj from Crypto Passive. Today, we're going to talk about 22 HYIP scam platforms to avoid. This is from my personal experience. These are all the ones that I've invested in and that have just gone bust. Now, there have been several others that wasn't even worth listing, but they were just small ones. But I've listed 22 of the ones that I found to be scams. There are also, I'm sure there are hundreds more scams out there. It's just that I haven't come across them. And if you do come across them, please comment in this thread and let me know, or please comment in our Telegram group as well where you've been scammed. So we'd definitely like to know what's going on. So I'm going to start off with Pearl trading. This just happened recently, a week ago. I did a video about this in the previous video where I put in, it's been ticking along just fine for many withdrawals. Used to happen within, 10, 15 minutes. I used to get my withdrawals in, and then finally made one last deposit in there for $400. And boom, they've just stopped paying out and they've just done an exit scam. So these guys, Pearl Trading Finance, they've not only just me, but many others in our group have complained about them and that they've done a scam. So I'm just reporting this as a scam. So avoid Pearl Trading Finance. So that's the first one. The second one would be one that I did about a month and a half ago called NCX Bank. These guys have also done an exit scam, but their site still exists. So, they continue to keep scamming people because they don't pay out. Their website is there, and that's a classic scam. So avoid these guys as well. They did some payouts initially, and then boom, they just stopped paying, and then they started giving excuses. And the daring thing about all of this is they don't even bother to take their site down, which means they just continue to keep scamming people. It's very sad indeed. So that's number two. Third one we'll look at is Hedges, and this is something that's this is a classic scam in the sense that your first withdrawal is okay, but when you do your second or third withdrawals, they'll say, "Oh, you've got to make this deposit. If you make this deposit, we will give you your withdrawal back." So they hold you hostage. And they say, "Oh no, this is how we work," but they don't say anything on that. They don't tell you anything about that on their website. You got to find out through their Telegram chats or whatever that this is the situation where you got to put in more money to get your money back, and that's like a classic scam. So they paid me out once, or believe 2 times, and then the third time they said, "Sorry, no, you've got to put in this money." Another scam that happens with them is also it's a weird scam. Suddenly they say, "Oh, you've earned this money, like $5,000, but you've got to put in $1,000 in there, and then you'll get your $5,000 back." So classic scam. So any company that asks you to put in more money to take money out, do not do that, because you can consider that last money that you put in gone already. Don't get scammed a second time by falling into that trap of putting in more money, because that'll be the death of it, because then you'll end up losing a second time. So these guys are a scam. The third company, it would be, or the fourth company would be AX Trader. They used to pay out. And they used to pay out well as well. Went out, I got paid and everything. And then all of a sudden, they stopped paying. They stopped replying. They've removed their live chat that they used to have over here. And they continue to scam. So that means that their website is open. People are going to continue to go in here, sign up for it, put their money in there, and then later find out that you are going to get scammed. So avoid this company by all means, because they are just not going to pay out. So please pay careful attention to this, because I wish I could expose. For me to kind of do reviews and stuff, I did a lot of reviews. I've done so many platforms, but I can't speak of other platforms that I don't have experience of. So you may want to do a search on YouTube and find out before you do any kind of investment, because at the end of the day, there are literally thousands which I just can't get to. So just make sure that you do some searches and make sure that they're paying out. But the bad thing about YouTube is there are still a certain amount of people that do reviews, and they do the review and they say they get paid out, but then they don't do a follow-up review, because what happens is when an HYIP stops paying, they don't do that video again saying, hey, this is a scam, don't go for it. And they don't edit all their previous ones that they've done saying they got paid out. I mean, what I do in my channel is, when I've done videos, like for example, for Pearl trading, I did 4 or 5 videos on them. As soon as I found out it's a scam, I went back and edited every one of them and said that, hey, this is a scam, do not invest. So people coming to watch that video will know that this is a scam already. So just be aware of that too. When you do a search, just be careful, when you put money in. So AX Trader, another scam. So let's go then down the line. Altitex, this is another company that did, a classic scam. They paid out for a little bit. Now you see they've removed their website. At least they've removed their website. So, there's no more scams. Anyone coming there can't get scammed again. But these guys did a classic scam as well. So they're out. The next one was Pecodex, which is also part of that Altitex group. So there's a group. It's probably like a cartel, like one person that owns like 5, 6, 10 HYIPs, and then they just scam from there. Pecodex is another one that is. Let's see if their site still exists. They are another one that did a big scam as well. They had a great interface, and then all of a sudden they've done an exit scam. It looks like the website is taken down as well. So they're gone. Another one that the Altitex did is they said, go to Kingsbit. This is another one, Kingsbit.net. And they said, put your deposit there and you'll get your money back. But you see, their site is still around, which means that they're still scamming people here. So it's just not worth looking at this company, because these guys are part of Altitex, they're part of Pecodex, they're part of a lot of those. This is kind of like a scam ring, So just be careful. Don't put any money into this company as well. Be very careful about them. So the next one we'll go into is Investgreen. And this is another place where, people have put in money. And you can see their website still exists. These guys are very, very similar to Hedges, where your first withdrawal is okay. Then when you start your next one, or when you reinvest or whatever, they will hold you hostage and tell you that you've got to put a deposit in for you to take money out. And then when you start asking questions, they will block you. So be careful of these guys. Investgreen is another dangerous company. It's a scam company. You're not going to get any money back from them. The other one was Platinum Invest. These guys, I initially had put in $1,000 in there. My first withdrawal was $770. So I got $770 out of that $1,000 that I deposited. So I was down $230. And then when I went for my second withdrawal, they said, sorry, we are doing an intense trade. It's going to take, it's a month. The process is a month. You'll definitely get paid. Just keep reinvesting. So, 1 month, I was doing it, clockwork every day, reinvesting until I got a ridiculous amount of, say, $25,000 in there, But I knew this was a scam because once that second payment, when they delayed that second payment, they said, oh, it's going to take 30 days. I knew this was a scam. So what happened is the 30th day came for me to withdraw. And of course, sure enough, they said, oh, you've got to put in $4,000. So if you put in $4,000, you will get your $25,000 back. But before that, in the live chat and on WhatsApp chat, they said, nope, no worries at all. You'll get that whole money back in 30 days. Nothing about this. They call it a gas fee or something like this, some ridiculous thing. So of course, it was a classic scam, but at least my risk was minimized. Out of that $1,000, I got $770 back. So my drop on that was $230. So, but that was a scam. So this is another company to avoid, which is Platinum Invest. The next one would be Team Trademiner. Now these guys, they're a piece of work, really, because these guys, it's the same situation where I got paid the first time, and then the next time I went to take the deposit, and they said, no, you've got to put in more money. So I kind of got pretty upset and said, hey, what's going on here? You said it's, you never mentioned anything on your site. So they got a bit upset, and I said, look, this is a scam. So they got really upset for calling them a scam, right? So I said, look, I'll probably put out a video on YouTube. And then I did. I said, I called these guys out for the scam. So what did they do? They send out an army of people, and they just hurled abuses at me with comments saying that I'm a scammer, I'm a spammer, and everything on comments on the YouTube on my channel. It was hilarious. It's quite funny, actually. And then all of a sudden, when I went to Telegram, my Telegram was limited. I couldn't add people on. And then I checked with Telegram, checked with the bot, saying that people have reported me as for scam or something like that. And it's like, what? So they came into my Telegram group and started spamming my group there, calling me a spammer. So they really got aggressive, and they really went after me. It was really, it's quite scary, actually. They just got furious, and they sent an army of people. So stay away from these guys, that's for sure. Right. So the next one would be Tresor Option. This is another one that I invested in, and they also ended up paying one time, and then of course the second time they never tell you that. They ask you to put another deposit in. So when you put another deposit in, of course what happens is the next time, boom. They say, you've got to put in more money. So a lot of these scams happen when they tell you to put in more money. The moment they say, put more money in, this is a scam. So these guys, big time scammers as well. Right. So next one, it would be Key Trade. So these guys say that, they're registered in Japan. It looked pretty cool. It's like, oh, very different from the usual UK registrations and stuff. And, now they're like, wow, we're registered in Japan. They've got some Japanese characters. They've got Japanese certificates, their business registration in Japan. You see they're in Tokyo. So, wow, it's very different. So I did my first deposit there. I got that money back, and then they said, "Oh, you actually have to put in $500 in order, because it's that's how it is." So I was speaking to this guy on Telegram. He seemed quite genuine. Says, "Look, this is what the deal is." So I went ahead and put in $500, right? Because I had to just top it up by a little bit more to get to the $500 to get my my initial investment back. Then, of course, the guy just turned around and says, no, 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 sir, you've got to put in $2,500 to get your initial investment back. I go, oh my God, what a scammer, you know? So I got scammed there. And then that person on WhatsApp comes to me and says, oh, how are you and stuff. I says, yeah, I got scammed. The guy said 2,500. Oh, that's wrong, sir. That's, you got to put in $500. I says, I've got the $500 in there. No, 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 you got to put in a new $500. I said, forget it. Just, don't even approach me. You just scammers. So you see all these owners and everything, they're all fake. They're not real. It's all bullshit, really. So avoid them at all costs. And then we come to Resto. Resto is another one that, was paying out, for like 3 times and stuff. So they're going okay. And then all of a sudden, they suddenly stopped. And then I confronted them, and then they started blocking me. They blocked my account. And then now finally, they have shut down their website. So they did a classic scam as well. So another HYIP that scammed. Next one we go to is Popnode. I think they're still around, but these guys, they're down as well. So they've scammed and run away. So they've gone. So Popnode's gone. I did Kingsbit, and then another one was Feroz. Feroz.biz was another one that those were the different kinds of HYP. They paid like hourly and stuff like that. So these guys have now changed. This is not their website. This used to be, they've actually completely changed everything. So this used to be an HYP site. Now it looks like they've changed it. So it's pretty interesting. All right, so the next one is Rhea Investment. This one I got a lot of comments on, people really begging me to try and get the investment back. So many people got scammed by these guys. They finally ended up taking their website down. So you can see, they took it down. But yeah, they ended up, a lot of people got scammed on this. Some of them got scammed in the thousands of dollars. So I was actually fortunate enough to get all my money out before they did this exit scam. And I even, tried to help another person in live chat to try and help them. But, they were already scamming them. So it was really bad. So I really feel for those who got scammed by these guys big time. So yeah, next one would be Beurax. A lot of people lost so much money with these guys. A lot of people believed in these guys. And then all of a sudden they just did a quick exit scam. And then they never came back. They promised to come back after 3 or 4 weeks. Everyone was waiting for it. A lot of people lost a lot of money with Beurax. So their website is also down. So that was a pretty sad thing, because Beurax is it was around since last year, and they were just paying, and then suddenly they ran out of money, like a classic Ponzi. They ran out of money. The next one would be ultimatecoin.net. This is another one that, let's see, these guys had the classic, similar to Hedges, Investgreen. They would take your money, first time, and they will let you withdraw that money. And then the next time you go to withdraw money, they will say, sorry, you got to put in more money if you want to get your investment back. So another scam similar to Hedges, Investgreen, Team Trademiners, all these guys this is a classic scam, where you will get your first withdrawal back, but the second time you try, forget it. You got to put in more money. The next one would be Medtech. I met some very good friends through Medtech, through my channel. They came through because I called them out as a scam. And then these guys, a lot of people lost in Medtech as well. And a lot of people joined my Telegram group because I did my video on the scam. So they did a classic exit scam, and they were gone as well. So their website doesn't exist anymore. We come now to a few of these BNB smart contracts that we did. SmartBNB, we did. I did a review on these guys, and these guys also did a scam. They stopped paying. They ran out of money. The smart contract ran out of money, and that was it. Done. But it's pretty sad to me that these guys, even though they run out of money, they still keep the website going. So people are somehow, believing in it, investing money in it, and then end up not getting any money back. So these guys did a scam as well, SmartBNB. The next one was another BNB 33 club. These guys really did a number on a lot of people. They did, look at these guys, audited all of this, all nonsense. The moment the founder was on Telegram, and then all of a sudden he deleted his Telegram account when they ran out of money. And then boom, it was all gone. Look at this insurance fund, 19.5 total invested. It's all nonsense. The moment you put some money in there, you're not going to get any money back from these guys. So it's a scam. So avoid this. We're getting close to the end here. The next one is Baleine. So these guys, Baleine.me. So they had a nice little, I did a review of these guys not long ago, and they suddenly, it wasn't very long before they did an exit scam, very quick exit scam they did. So these guys, their interface looked really nice and everything. The first time they paid out, and then of course the second time the exit scam started. So that's gone. And finally, we have another company called Vast Investment. Now, these guys, it was quite funny. I decided I didn't do any reviews on this because I stopped doing HYIP reviews, because it's just not worth it anymore. But I put in some money on this, and the first payout, I didn't put much. I just put $50 in there. So I put the $50. And, next thing you know, I've got, $10 coming back for me, after 20 hours. But the funny thing is, because the blockchain had some problems, I'd invested $50 in there, right? But because it didn't confirm, I didn't get my money back. I was like, hey, what's going on? I didn't get my money back. They said, we haven't got it. So then they said it's not confirmed. And fair enough, it wasn't confirmed. So when it wasn't confirmed, I'm like, oh, all right, let me actually expedite this. So I put another $50 back in there because, to expedite that, I paid a higher fee. And sure enough, I went there. But they did pay that back to me right away. They paid that money back, with the profit. That was great. But then I got another email saying there was a trading error and $1,600 was put into this account. So I'm like, what? $1,600 into my account? Wow, this is pretty interesting. Like you can see over here, you can see the interface. See, $1,660 balance. Then they said, oh, you got to pay $700 to get the 1660 back. I'm like, all right, another classic scam. How the hell can they make a mistake like that? Putting $1,600 into my account, calling it an error, So it's a classic scam, So I was like, okay, you can keep that. You can keep that $1,660. I don't want that. So yeah, so this is a scam. Don't invest in these guys. So that's it, guys. So that's all that I know of. There's 22 of them or 23 of them that I've done. Just I'll put them in the description. I will say these are the companies, so you don't have to go through this 25-minute video to go through all my explanation of this. But you can just I'll put it down there, and you can just review that. So in the meantime, I've stopped doing HYIP reviews now, and I'm going to solely focus on areas where I think that we can actually without getting hurt, try and make some money out of that, because most of these HYPs, a lot of people end up getting hurt, and I don't want to keep encouraging HYP investments anymore. So thank you for listening, and please subscribe to this channel. And if you like this, that'd be great. Please do join our Telegram group. We discuss things, like there are people that come in there and says, is this good or whatever. We'll try and help you as much as we can. So thank you for watching this very long video, and speak to you in another video.